Hey, guess what? It's not really going to be 200 below zero. I was kidding about that as a joke. It's part of the comedy on the Power Trip Morning Show. Barb, Lil B asked me to make fun of the weather. So that's what I'm doing these days. Having fun with it. If you want to know what the real weather is, you could check your phone, or I could tell you it's going to be 26 today. Or no, I'm sorry, it's 26 right now. Going to be 44 today. 44 today.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. 26 right now, 44 today, 37 tomorrow, 45 on Thursday, 35 on Friday.
What a great thaw.
36 on Saturday with some snow, 35 on Sunday, then 13 on Monday and 16 on Tuesday. So that is your 7-day forecast right there.
That's great.
And then John leaves for spring training.
Oh, must be nice. Actually, that is really nice.
It is very
It's
nice.
pretty good for you.
You know what, John? I'm coming with you.
Yeah, good.
I'm going to live with you.
You can go to the Keys.
You're not going to be coupled now.
What? You just coupled with bonus?
Now.
Against his will.
As if we haven't before.
I want to be in a couple with bonus.
Not
He's
like-
Hi, Marney Gellner. Good morning.
Like a real couple. though.
Morning.
Where you kiss a lot?
No, I said a real couple.
Certainly not a married one.
Marnes, the outfit you had on last night, because who doesn't like to get judged on their
here we
outfits
go.
on television?
Oh, here we go.
Let's talk about it.
Shouldn't you have kept
my.
that for St. Patrick's Day? That would have been fire in about a month and a half.
Yeah.
That was a lot of green.
Yeah. Does that mean I can't wear it again? I can't repeat an outfit?
No, you probably,
No.
but you should definitely run that back in a month and a half. That
Yeah.
looks very festive.
Might want to...
Go ahead. Yeah. Might want to what?
What's he doing?
I don't know.
Is he a marionette?
maybe like...
Gesturing.
Jeez.
Open up the blazer. Got it.
Jesus.
Yeah, that was a little aggressive.
Got it. So it was a layering tank, I guess, for
I was called that. Nice.
Yeah, that's right. You beat me to it.
to be descriptive. My undershirt was a layering tank, and yes, it was a shade of green. And
Green.
then my
I like the
blazer
word.
was
I like the
high
word.
quality pleather.
I like the word
Oh, that was
undershirt.
pleather.
Yeah, of course.
Pleather green.
High quality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Hawk, are you saying
very best. From the very best.
plunging V-neck?
Whoa.
I mean, if you want to.
Yeah.
I don't. I don't.
What does FanDuel think of that?
It's up to you.
Well, they don't say anything about my clothes.
Anyway,
you.
They
that's
just
what I
don't
do.
really like them. And
Oh, really?
What does
Yeah.
your husband Mario think about that?
How was your weekend with Marty?
Matt. I am Marnie.
Marty.
Oh,
Hey, yeah.
was Matt.
Question about that. You said when you hit your big jackpot, you were going to FaceTime me.
That's
Didn't hear a
exact
word from
100% correct.
Didn't hear a word.
And I did not call you, did I?
Oh.
What happened?
Didn't go your way?
Well,
How
I mean,
was that like so long ago already?
Yeah.
Today's Tuesday.
Yeah,
That's a
it
minute
was
ago.
Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Weird.
I almost torched the place on my way out.
Yeah, did you
so
call it a
that's not
scene
what-
house?
There's always next time. You can do it. You can do it.
What game
It was-
did you play?
All
Hell yeah.
of them.
Played a
Hell
game
yeah.
called Lose Your Money.
All of them.
Yeah.
Yep, I played that one.
You won that
At
one.
least you had fun.
Yeah, man.
I did have fun.
No, you didn't.
You know what? I did. We
The only
did
machine that
rally
paid off was the
late.
ATM.
We did rally late to the point where we maybe only lost most of our money instead of all of our money. So that was kind of a win
Nice.
out the door. But
Well, you're playing slots. What does he play?
a little bit of slots, but mostly he really likes live roulette and sportsbook gambling,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
obviously.
right.
So
Obviously. Got it.
we did cross the border into a legal sportsbook gambling state,
Sure.
if you must know. I had never been there. I had never been to Diamond Joe Casino, and he had before with friends because they sit in the sports book. There's smoking still in there throughout the entire casino. It has been years since I moved
Wow.
from a slot machine in about 0.7 seconds because somebody lit up a dart right next to me.
So, but,
which
okay.
I don't mind. You're totally fine to do that, but I can't.
But
have
did that person look super cool? Because it is a really cool accessory.
Always. The lady with the wrinkled neck and the coin purse.
Oh, how do you know she had one of those?
Buffalo. What, Hawk?
Nothing.
What?
I'm thinking about this lady with a coin purse.
Yeah, and it did have an attachment where it was chained to her belt loop.
Oh, Hawk.
So
Oh, my
that's-
God. Wood Hawk.
That's heavy metal. That's piercing. Yeah.
All right.
I like it.
Yeah,
All right, it's time for the news.
It is.
It is?
No, he's right.
This is KFAN News with Chris Hockey.
Hi, that's me. I'm brought to you by Carbonis. And I love Carbonis. Anybody else?
Yes.
Yeah, Johnny Boonies loves carboonies.
He does.
You do? You do.
Garlic bread. So good.
I
Yeah,
like
man.
bread. Thanks, Oprah.
I think he said garlic bread, but he likes bread, sure.
I do.
A tuberculosis outbreak in Kansas City is now the largest documented outbreak in U.S. history.
Ugh.
There are currently nearly 70 people being treated for TB on the Kansas side of Kansas City. Nearly 80 latent cases have also been confirmed.
So 150 is the largest outbreak in the history of the United States?
Yeah.
I don't know. That seems pretty low.
Think we can try harder?
Doesn't it? Sauce, are
Yes,
you
sir.
in any way cheering for any of the Chiefs to get tuberculosis in the next,
No, I do
12
not.
days?
No, I'm not. No.
That's a hard word to say.
Yeah. Isn't that what Holiday had?
or Arthur Morgan, probably.
Oh, don't bring that up.
I don't
John.
want Teresa to
Teresa
cry.
might be listening.
I wonder if the people who are part of this outbreak are unvaccinated for tuberculosis.
Nailed it.
And if we are going to start seeing that generation of kids who grew up where sometimes the parents opted to not get those vaccinations.
I don't know.
I don't know, Margot.
Because they don't want
Thanks,
their
Todd.
kids to
Great
have
film.
miniature robots in them, or what do you mean? Like micro robots controlling their bodies?
Yes.
Police are trying to find at least 3 people who stole a city subway train and went for a joyride and posted it online. The video shows the trio,
I don't believe, like, before
Sorry,
you
what
even
city?
go on.
What city is this?
New York.
Before you even go on, would you guys have, I don't know, I would think I would have no ability to start a subway train,
Yeah.
right? Like, you don't have to
I
steer
don't
it,
even
it
know
just
if I've ever
goes.
seen a driver.
Right,
Yeah.
so is it just a button that says go?
And is it,
Or is it
yeah.
more complex than that? These fellas, or ladies and gentlemen, clearly thought they knew how to do it because they did it.
They did.
Man. All right, so how far did they go? What kind of
The video
havoc did they
shows the
create?
trio dressed all in black, including masks, driving the R train on Sunday night. The New York Daily News says they used black marker to cover the surveillance cameras and may have hit speeds of 30 miles per hour, going through at least one station and passing at least one signal. Police think it was stolen from and returned to a sidetrack at a Brooklyn station.
I don't get, what's the end game? They had masks
right,
on.
correct.
They had fun.
Just for fun?
Yeah.
Doing 30?
I mean, this
Right,
isn't
good bit.
this isn't Wesley Snipes and Woody
Right.
Harrelson. They're not stealing the money train.
They were testing it.
Do you remember that movie, Money Train?
Sure,
After
sure.
I think
White Man
Hawk
Can't
loved
Jump?
that movie.
Yeah, it cost me $20.
Because that movie was so popular, they're like, hey, we should do another movie with Woody Harrelson and Wesley Snipes, and then they did Money Train. And it wasn't good. It must have been about a year apart.
Yeah.
A new study at the University of Miami Miller School of Medicine could lead to a breakthrough for paralysis patients. The Miami Project to Cure Paralysis and the Department of Neurological Surgery have been selected to become the second U.S.-based site for Neuralink's PRIME study. The precise robotically implanted brain-computer interface aims to enable paralyzed patients to use their own thoughts to control external devices through a brain-computer interface. I read the other day that somebody was flying a drone with their brain.
Yeah, his name was Professor X. We are in big trouble.
Oh, yeah, it's over.
Yeah, but this could be good.
That could be really cool.
Yeah.
And
How
unbelievably
do you
evil.
train? How do you train your brain to do something like that?
The guy that can't even run Twitter, isn't he the guy that makes this Neuralink thing?
I really don't know.
Yeah, I really want to trust him with my brain.
Well, I guess
The brain.
for the people with paralysis, then it's cool. You know.
Oh, yeah, that's cool,
know,
yeah.
But I mean, Chris, do you want your brain controlling the rest of your body?
I would like my brain to just chill.
Do you know where he would fly that drone?
Don't say something ridiculous over there.
Where would he fly, Paul?
I don't know. To a casino.
What were you going to say?
To a ladies' locker room. Or a changing room.
He would for sure fly it with one arm out and his hand open and
Yeah. Yep.
a buzz cut. And then he'd say, call me 11.
There you go.
When does that come out? This year?
The hell are you doing?
Better.
Stranger Things? I think, is it this year? I think it's this
What
year.
season are we on now?
Final season.
Thank God.
You haven't even watched it. It's fantastic.
I'm just kidding.
It's
I'm
so
just
good.
Kidding. It's all right.
11 versus Vecna. Let's go.
You guys are weird.
It's so good. And again, Chris, you
Yeah,
would freaking love it.
Yeah.
It's so many. It's like why Sauce doesn't watch The Boys, and I don't understand it. The television show, not the concept of young boys. The Boys was written for you, Paul. It really was. And Stranger Things, in a lot of ways, was written for Chris.
Yeah.
It's 80s nostalgia. It's, metal hair and cool
how do you
80s
comb
horror
that?
themes. It's so for Chris.
Yeah,
You would
I think it's about
freaking
right.
love it.
For Chris.
Brainerd has been picked to host Hockey Day Minnesota 2027. Organizers announced Saturday that the event will be held at the Brainerd International Raceway. Planning for the hockey showcase is underway with dates and teams to be announced at a later time. Next year's Hockey Day will take place in Hastings at the United Heroes League outdoor rink. There you go.
Yeah.
How'd it work at Valley Fair this year? Was it good? We know?
Yes.
I heard good things.
Yep. It was a really unique backdrop. If you saw any of the games, it was just wild to see a hockey rink with a roller coaster in the background.
Sure.
It was pretty cool, though.
What rides were going? Didn't they say 4 or 5 rides were going to be open?
Something like that.
Yep, all the water slides.
Yeah, which ones, Hawk? What are the names of the rides that were open, Hawk?
The screaming.
Go ahead. It's okay. You're in a safe space.
I shouldn't say it.
The screaming grandma.
Go ahead. Hawk is 100% Googled that.
No, I haven't.
Yes,
She's
you
not
have.
even nude. She's just mean.
Yeah,
and loves it.
The plunging neckline.
Rosie rides that a lot.
Yep.
Without a ticket.
The Upskirt Express.
Oh, Parrish paid for it. Oh, my God.
Little Tommy's Hump Around.
That's a quick ride.
Hey, gang.
And it's over.
And Bob Dylan's White Afro.
Oh, wow. You got it down, man.
Damn it, we couldn't even have that.
It's not really a ride. It's more like Disney's Hall of Presidents. It's just historically inaccurate.
Hey, speaking of Bob Dylan, he's making his return to Minnesota after a 6-year hiatus. The singer-songwriter is performing at the Mayo Clinic Health System event in Mankato on April 4th.
That does sound made up, right?
Yeah.
It sounds like,
Yes.
who's playing the Mayo Clinic, blah, 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 in Mankato? Dylan. Bob Dylan. What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Though I keep hearing word on the street, there's a bar called the Hilltopper Bar in, what's the name of that damn town? Not Hastings.
Rochester?
No, it starts with an H. Hanover. You know where the old bridge is?
No.
There's an
Take your
old
word for
bar
it.
there called the Hilltopper, and I keep hearing word that he bought it and is going to open it.
Dylan did?
Yeah.
Oh.
He's got family there.
Open it to just be a bar or like to
No,
perform?
he's just going to open it.
Cool.
Yeah, like a bar restaurant.
He's just going to go there with a key and
Yeah,
unlock
just
it.
open it.
Sauce. Open. Yes, sir.
Ribbon cutting and everything.
But it's just him. Yeah, have
Locked
at
for
it.
years.
Sauce, here's a chance
peace,
at
y'all.
improv, Sauce. If Bob Dylan opened a restaurant, what would be some of the menu items?
Some of the menu items at Bob Dylan's restaurant.
That is correct.
In Hanover.
Sure.
Some of the menu items at Bob Dylan's restaurant
Yeah, what would they be?
like a Rolling
Wait a
Stone.
minute, I'm not sure he's got the question. Do you understand what he's got?
Wait, again?
Bob Dylan's menu
Oh,
if he opened a restaurant.
yes. Would be like Knockin' on Heaven's Door, Amazing Chili. Like a Rolling Stone cheeseburger with fries. And, of course, the most famous one would be shelter from the storm of diarrhea after you have Taco Tuesday at Bob Dylan's restaurant in Hanover.
Not a very
Catchy.
popular night.
No.
Dad loves it.
Cinnamon Rolling Stone.
Yeah, see, that's better. You're smart.
better.
You're smart. I'm an idiot.
Bob's Burger.
Yeah, that's not bad. See, you guys are intelligent. Dylan's Danish.
It's only he's opened a bakery.
Mars, I didn't watch the end of the game, but the Wolves did win. But I saw you talking at halftime in the abundance of green, and you said Naz Reid hadn't missed. Big part
That's
of the
true.
first half, right? But look, that team sucked. The Atlanta Hawks didn't have their full squad, and they looked like a mess. But the Wolves won. We can talk about that in a second. You can tell us what you thought.
Okay.
100-92, I believe. Sauce can walk us through sports after this. Marney Gellner is here. John, how much longer do we have you?
I don't know.
Another segment or so?
Sure, why
You got
not?
nothing to do,
Yep.
right? Again, what's that website? GoEagles.com or whatever? Got to build that today, probably. More of the Power Trip Morning Show after this on The Fan.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Channel Power Trip Morning Show. Marnes is over there. Bones is over there. Finch is here talking about his big win.
I thought we played really well, to start the game. Collectively, there were some guys who struggled to make shots or whatever. But yeah, I mean, we do see it from time to time against shorthand teams. We come out here and we bullshit.
Yeah, right.
And it starts with our top guys.
I thought they won.
They look terrible.
Yeah, Finch ripped into them after the game, and he should have. We did win, but Atlanta's injury list was like 9 guys. They kept adding them throughout the day. By game time, there was another addition. There were G Leaguers that were playing. I don't know what the line was. Does anyone know what the line?
9.
It was 11.
Oh, did it get up to 11?
I was told it was 11 before the game.
They should have beat that team by 30.
Yeah, that is correct.
That's a terrible basketball.
And they played
Oklahoma
terrible
City would have beat
basketball.
them by 40 points. It was a brutal third quarter, right, Marnes?
It was and it was a rough fourth as well. The first half was great. We were up 17 and everything was fine. And then it was just, we're just going to jog through the second half and go through the motions type stuff. And that's still an NBA team. I mean, it's made up of half G Leaguers, but even G Leaguers get time in the big or with the big squad. So, to answer your question, Hawk, we did win, but it didn't feel great, especially coming off of Saturday. We legitimately beat a healthy Nuggets team that had won 7 of 8 that looked like, once again, a contender. And we not only beat them, controlled them, dominated the entire game. Offense, defense, everything. And so you want to say, we're going to look back on that game. That game against Denver was the game that was the launching pad for the season. That was the one that got us on our, win 8 of 10 and 8 of 10. And here we go. We're challenging in the West. But then you come and have this game again, the very next game. It's still a win. So maybe we just say bottom line, flush it, move on. We learned from it, but it was a frustrating way to have followed up a wonderful game on Saturday. Am I right, Max?
You're so right, Marnes. It's just the inconsistency that's kind of plagued them all season. And the second half has been a constant point of consternation amongst fans, amongst Chris Finch, and amongst the Wolves themselves. But I did one bright spot, Marnes, to change it to a little positive, is Rudy Gobert getting more involved in the offense, scoring 18 yesterday. I think Finchy said it with PA. If they want to reach the heights that they reached last year, they're going to need to get Rudy more involved in this offense some way, somehow.
Yeah.
And I know that's not his
He's going to have to do it himself, too.
Right. Yeah, exactly. He can't just, he's so reliant on other people, but he's got to find a way to make his own shot.
Yeah, and a lot of those can come on rebounds. There have been games where he's playing 34 minutes and has 6 rebounds. And Finch called him out after a game a couple of weeks ago and basically said, we need more. We can't have that from him. And you're right, Max, he's been much more involved, and he does rely on other players getting him the ball because he basically needs it in the dunker spot. But he had 18 points, 10 rebounds last night, and that's the kind of numbers that we need.
Because at this point, I don't it doesn't seem like that anyone's going to want Julius Randle, and where they're at in the season, and considering where they're at with draft picks and stuff like that, they kind of are stuck with him and kind of need him if they want to keep trying to go further into the playoffs. So it seems like he's been finding his fit a little bit more, but it's more when him and Rudy are out on the court at the same time. Him, Rudy, and Jaden in particular, then the offense really, really struggles. So you need at least one of those guys to pick it up. And Jaden's been awesome in the month of January. I think he scored double digits in almost every single game. So he's figuring it out. Julius Randle has had some really high highs, but yeah, Rudy's got to figure it out too.
It's time for Fan 5 on the Power Trip, presented by All Around, your TimberTech deck building contractor.
Yeah, the Wolves are now 25-21. They've won 3 straight. They battled the Suns tomorrow at 8, but they're waiting on what happened to Naz Reid and Alexander Walker. The Alexander Walker injury looked really bad. And the thing, what you guys were talking about too, is the issue that they have is Tim Conley's done an amazing job. He and Ant are one of the main reasons that team had so much success last season because of the moves they made. But he may have bitten off more than he could chew with that Randle trade, because now there is no second move, because I don't think anybody wants him, is basically what you were saying, right, Maxo?
Yeah, nobody really wants him. And honestly, the way that they're constructed, if they did trade him, he is, outside of Anthony Edwards, I believe he's our second leading scorer. They kind of need him if they want to be in the playoffs and want to at least make a little noise. Obviously, we can all hope that the ceiling would be the same and maybe they could make the NBA Finals, but at least to make some noise, they're going to need him. And so far throughout the month of January, he's been pretty damn good when he's out there, and I feel like Finch is kind of slowly figuring out the different lineup combinations where Julius can be more effective. But I do think that Rudy is the key here offensively, especially if Jaden McDaniels is going to get it down, because obviously that's a huge question mark, but he's been super consistent throughout the month of January, so hopefully he can keep it up, because it seems like he's got his confidence back offensively, and that always feeds into the defense as well. So the thing about Randle is we know he can get buckets, but if he's out there, he's got to try. He's got to try on defense.
Yeah.
Ideally.
Yeah.
He looked pretty good last night.
No, he did. He's been better as of late. I definitely got to give him credit.
And to your point, Sauce, about Nickeil Alexander-Walker, even after the game, the Wolves labeled it as a lower leg contusion. And contusion is bruise, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So
it looked bad.
It did look bad.
It looked bad.
It looked bad. He looked like he was in a lot of pain. But if it truly is a bruise, hopefully it's just a couple of games, if that. But that was the official word from the Wolves after the game.
Yeah.
Which is way better than Achilles.
Yeah.
If they trade away Randle at the trade deadline this year, they're not getting better this year. They're not getting something in return that's going to make them better this year, right? Like that's a trade to free up money for 2026. Correct?
And I think the other reason why they might hang on to him is because he's got the player option. He's an expiring contract next season. He isn't this year, because that's the other reason, is somebody go, yeah, we'll take him, but he's going to make $30 million next year. I don't think that's not a very valuable trading piece.
You know what's really interesting is the Jimmy Butler situation in Miami, because it's going to force some teams, or maybe entice is the better word, some teams into movement in their roster that they hadn't planned on and hadn't thought about. And all of a sudden there's this guy who's going to need to be moved that maybe you didn't see coming, and it might be a multi-team movement. So I'm not saying we're going to be part of it, but it's the type of situation where all of a sudden it forces movement where you didn't expect it to be. So I think that is going to be fascinating to watch. It already is. His track record and his volatility, and he's a wonderful basketball player still. He's a really talented basketball player.
Yeah.
You want him on the Wolves? You're lobbying for him to be added to the Wolves? Are you?
He would help us on the court.
Yeah, but
it's just I think he's a fascinating human being, and that like a whether it's a biography or documentary or whatever about his life, if it was an honest one, would be fascinating.
I love how Pat Riley tried to get into like a battle with Jimmy, and Jimmy's like, "Oh, you must not know who I am. I'm a professional at running myself out of town. Yeah. You're not gonna outdo me with the effery, brother."
How many teams has he played for?
Chicago, Philly, Miami, Minnesota.
Obviously.
So 4?
Might be it.
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
The Wild battle the Maple Leafs tomorrow in Toronto, Zacho, at 6 p.m. That game can be heard right here on The Fan.
Duval. Back on the road again. Feels so good. And the Wild are, this is a make or break road trip. It feels like they need to get some points because they're not getting them at home. And then, of course, they got the break coming up here in a couple of weeks. So it'd be nice to go into that Four Nations face-off with some points, much-needed points. But going to be a tough test tonight. As you mentioned earlier, Marner and Matthews and everybody up there in Toronto are phenomenal.
Marner? Hard R?
Hogs Daddy? Your Gopher basketball team battles Michigan State tonight at 7 o'clock. Your
I can't
Gophers
talk about. I'm too nervous.
have won 3 straight.
I know.
That game can be heard right here on The Fan.
I know. I can't talk about. I'm too
I've got
nervous.
13, right? I got
13, yes.
13, yeah.
Here's Parker Fox talking about the big win over Oregon.
It was kind of that reason why you come back, and I think we were I was kind of searching for that a little bit, whether it was the crowd or whether it was the energy or whether it was, the big time win and the court rush. Like, you're searching for that. And I think just to have a little taste of it is great. But at the same time, now you gotta realize, okay, we had it, how can we have it again and have it over and over again? And I think you hang your hat on it and you're happy about it. But at the same time, this can't be the best week for us, right? Like, the end of January can't be our best week of the season. We got to find ways to continue to have that feeling. So one of those opportunities is against Michigan State.
Let's go.
So the fans rush the court, Williams Arena, Saturday afternoon. Then the cameras zoom in on Dawson Garcia, who's, loving life. Then it pans to Parker Fox. And I'm not a lip reader, but it looked like he said, "Let's effing go" about 15 consecutive times. Just screaming it.
He's all man.
Loving life.
Loving it.
In the middle
Good
of
for
an
him.
absolute mosh pit.
Yeah.
What a great soundbite, though, to say this is awesome and we're going to relish this, but this can't be the highlight of our season.
Boom.
In late January. I mean, those are words spoken by an 8-year veteran.
Boom.
He's not playing the pros. You wait and
He
see.
should be on the radio.
The run they would have to go on to make the tournament, though, is pretty significant.
It'd have to start tonight, too. That'd be a huge resume. Whoa. Okay.
Did Gertzy truly rush the court?
Yeah. Grimm posted that picture.
Yeah, he showed me a picture yesterday, and his kids are on the court.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's adorable.
Yeah.
I hit a deer.
They
What?
probably haven't had.
Bad.
Think about in the last, 5-8 years, like just the opportunities for Gopher fans to rush the court. How many have there been?
Field.
No, Pat, you're not listening. It's a basketball.
I'll run on the field.
Do you guys know what Ben Johnson, right when the fans started rushing onto the court, he looked super pissed at somebody or something. I never got to the bottom of what he was upset about, but it looked like he was
Chad Abbott.
Well, I mean, get in line.
Yeah, who isn't mad at Chad?
I just couldn't tell if he was mad at one of his own players or coaches or what. He was definitely yelling and pointing at somebody.
Yeah.
And I didn't hear what that was.
He was mad at Chad.
About?
Oh,
Guardsy.
No, that's how I pronounce Abbott.
That's funny.
Duval.
Oh, God. The Super Bowl is 12 days from today in New Orleans at 5:30. The Chiefs are 1.5-point favorites. Bonus quickly, what's the latest Twins scuttlebutt?
My dad's listening. You better not screw this up.
I think they're working on some stuff. They've had the fun part about Twins Fest is you get to talk to some people behind the scenes you don't normally get to talk to, and there have definitely been some discussions. Oddly enough, they're for pitching a lot of time. I wouldn't be shocked. I still don't anticipate them making any big moves. I think the chances of that happening are...
Yeah, why would you do that?
Right. But I wouldn't be totally shocked if they end up acquiring a significant pitcher to add to this team. What is the limiting factor is payroll. Like, they don't want to talk about that. They don't want to dwell on it, etc. But it's hard for them to take on. A lot of the pitchers who are available, or a lot of the players, I should say, who are available, whether it be in the free agent market or in trade, are available because they're expensive and their team wants to dump salary. And if you're a team that has money right now, you are a much more attractive trading partner than the Twins.
Thank you for your honesty.
All right. Vikings news is next. Marney is here. Bonus is here. It's a Tuesday on the Power Trip Morning Show on The Fan.
The Fan.
Hi, 746 Power Trip Morning Show. Yes, here we are. Lots going on in the world. We're trying to keep tabs of it all for you here on your little Power Trip Morning Show. Once again, your Golden Gopher basketball squad tonight, Michigan State. Our guy, Parker Fox, keeping it positive in here.
Just continuing to do what's got us here. I think, everybody's like asking, what's the switch? What flipped it? And I tell the same story over and over again. It's consistent showing up and trying to get better and trusting not only each other, but the coaches, and then just being able to kind of realize that, hey, we got here because of that, So I think just kind of putting your foot on that and being able to kind of trust that. And I think if you're able to do that, you just put your head down and work and good things will happen.
Go get him, Parker.
He seems nice.
He's a good dude.
He's very tall.
He's very tall. That helps when you play basketball.
That is correct. I chose the wrong sport to play.
Ballish to me.
5'11" on a good day.
Poker?
Oh, God. Don't get me started. Should we do Vikings news?
Why not?
It's time for Vikings news on the Power Trip. Presented by
I love Radco.
All right, so look, I'm an enabler. I don't like to gamble because gambling ruins families, but I do want other people to gamble and lose their own money.
Go on.
And do you want their families to be ruined?
Sure. Well, not yours. I like your family.
Okay, thank you.
My God.
Wow.
Some prop bets on Super Bowl. I think, what are we up to? 59?
58 or 9, right?
Yeah.
What are we at?
58, I think. I think 2 years from now it'll be 60. Well, no, I know that's a stupid thing to say, but I think that they would be making a larger deal if next year's was 60.
59?
It might be 59.
LIX.
What is LIX?
They would be making a big deal if next year was 60.
IX is 9.
Interesting. Okay, so we're at 59. Super Bowl 59. Eagles and Chiefs. Anybody here think it's going to overtime?
No.
No.
The no is minus 2,500, which means if you're not a gambler, you have to bet $2,500 to win 100. But if you believe it's going to overtime, it's plus 1,100, so you would win $1,100. Nobody likes that one?
No.
On either side? Anybody willing to gamble?
Sure, baby.
God, I love John Bonus.
Sure, I'll take the overtime. Why not?
Anybody want to gamble with Johnny Bones?
Anybody want to give me 25 to 1 odds?
Yeah, 25 to 1. How about this? Does anybody here think the lead will ever, for either team, extend beyond 13.5? Will either team lead at any point in the game by 2 touchdowns?
I feel like that happens to the Chiefs in almost every Super Bowl. They start losing by like 10 or 11 or 12, and then they make a crazy fourth quarter comeback.
The refs take.
Sauce, do you believe at any point the lead will bloat to 14 plus on either side?
No, sir.
You think it's going to be on the under?
Yeah.
Anybody else?
I agree with him.
Not 14.
That is the slight favorite. Minus 110 on the under, minus 120 on the over.
Ooh.
So sorry, other way around. So it's essentially even money though too.
Yeah.
But which side do you want to be on? You'd be on the under bonus, over or under?
I want the under.
Because over is minus 120.
Yeah, I want the under.
Corey?
Kansas City just doesn't seem to, all year, Kansas City doesn't seem to have run away with anything or...
They win one possession games.
They just kind of keep it close and then they end up winning. So I feel like that the under's the way to go on that.
I mean, even though we all got the nightmare matchup, I just hope at least a good game would be good.
Yeah.
I don't want a blowout in a matchup we don't want to see.
No.
Let's at least have it be close.
Yeah.
like the whole time,
Yeah.
not just somebody makes it close in the
I hope
fourth.
we wake up the day after the Super Bowl and everybody's like, nobody watched it. Like literally.
How weird would that be?
Nobody watched
They had
it.
like 800.
Like everybody was really telling the truth.
Like it was Kelsey's show and no one watched
Like nobody
it.
watched it.
Should we all boycott it?
No.
Why not?
You know,
I'm not.
here's well, of course
Well, you can't. Your wife would
I hope
kill
we
you.
wake up the next morning and Philadelphia's not on fire.
Yeah, that's a good point. Here's the thing. If
It'll
there
be
was-
partially on fire either way.
If there was a version where you could just watch the commercials and the halftime show, that would be perfect.
That's called YouTube.
That's right.
You could do that.
Really? Like, as it's going on?
Well, why couldn't you just wait?
Who waits for anything? Checkmate. No, I'll watch it. It's you know why? Because it's the last game until like September. Well, take that back. It's the last game until the Hall of Fame game, which Hockey and I are actually going to
We're
this
going
year.
to it this
yeah,
year.
Hawk
We've
bought
already booked
tickets.
it.
You guys know Rosie's not on this show
No,
anymore,
we're
right?
actually
That bit's not going to hold.
Hawk put his name in for tickets.
I sure did.
Yeah, we're gonna go.
I put
no
my
joke.
name in for tickets.
Bet you $20 you don't.
Sure. Okay.
Perfect. It's worth $20. I will give you $20 if you actually go. Totally worth it. All right, book it. $20.
Yeah.
All right, $20 says you don't go.
All right.
That's the easiest 20 I've ever made.
No, it's not. You've made easier money.
Hey, Meatslaw.
Showing pictures of your crankshaft. Go ahead.
Hey, Meatslaw.
What?
There's a mock draft right now.
Go ahead.
The Vikings, according to this mock draft,
Yeah.
are taking Siobhan Ravel Jr.,
Yeah,
a
from-
cornerback out of East Carolina.
Yeah. I think at this point in the mock draft world,
Yeah.
you basically just have to look at the position because so much can change. The combine hasn't happened, senior days and pro days and all that. Not senior days. Pro days haven't
Senior
happened.
day.
And but I think the position is correct. I think it's going to be corner or defensive tackle.
What do you think, Marnes?
That's what I was hoping we'd do.
Right.
I haven't studied the draft.
I know you have.
I know not that it matters because we're basically like 3 months out. The name I like is Walter Nolan, the defensive tackle from
The name I like
Ole
is
Miss.
Larry Sugudu. That's fun to say.
How many total plays have you watched of that young man?
Of that young man?
Yeah, zero.
Zero, but I've watched a bunch of him on YouTube. I've never seen him play.
Are you a
except on
Segudu
YouTube.
guy?
You not like Larry Sugudu?
Sauce, what do you think of Sports Illustrated saying we would take John Calhoun from South Carolina?
I don't think that guy's real. That's the head coach of UConn basketball.
John Calhoun?
Yeah.
He was the 7th vice president of the United States.
Yeah.
But you're on to me.
Yeah. I'm on to you.
Yeah, you're on to me.
Yeah.
So what's the name that you heard for the first time yesterday, but you really like?
It was like a week and a half ago. Walter Nolan, the defensive tackle from Ole Miss.
Okay.
He makes meth.
Meth?
Yeah.
That's Walter White.
Oh, sorry. I retract it.
I don't know anything.
Chuck Nolan was from Castaway.
Yep. He
I
also
don't know
was the
it-
head
yeah.
coach of the Steelers for a long, long time.
I just, as I said, at this point in the
Thanks.
exercise, you just look at the position. The names will
What do you know
change a
about
ton.
exercise?
I don't. I desperately need some
baby.
exercise.
No, you don't.
I'm as fat as I've ever been.
No, you're not.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
You're as cute as you've ever been. I'll tell you
Nah.
that. You're a cute son of a bitch.
Do you have body dysmorphia?
He sure does.
Because what you say and what we see do not match
Oh,
up.
I feel like I wait. Like I. All right. Well, we're gonna go down this path.
Say it. Just say it.
I bought a pair of sweatpants the other day.
Yep,
and they
which is
didn't
weird because you haven't sweat in months.
They didn't fit to my liking, and it wasn't I had like a half-hour mental breakdown.
Right.
I just feel really fat.
So
and
no,
really
then you don't
gross.
have body dysmorphia.
Why are you so mean to me? I have body dysmorphia because of you guys.
Yeah, you're not helping.
It's my favorite Rihanna song.
The movie with Jared Leto?
So
brilliant.
what size sweatpants did you buy that didn't fit to your liking?
I'm not saying that out loud.
Well, I mean, you shouldn't have tried medium. That's a little
No, I don't
optimistic.
think I've ever worn a medium.
I mean, if they're
Or ordered
truly
one.
sweatpants, then
Yeah.
that's a pretty easy.
Could you see
fit.
your shape?
No, I couldn't see my shape naked. Oh,
Let me guess, they were Lulus.
of course. Yeah.
Man,
Got them off
Lulu's.
the sale rack.
Where's there a
better.
sale rack for Lulu?
The one in the Mall of America.
It's in the back.
It's right when you walk in. on
Did
the
they let
side.
you put them back
all
on the rack?
have-
No.
Is it clearance rack?
Yeah.
Did they throw them away after you tried them on?
Why?
Did you try them on
Away.
in the store or you
No.
took them home?
If Tommy Olson is listening, he will agree with me. I never try things on because I don't want to cry in a changing room.
Yeah, but I mean, but then you have to go return them.
No, I'm not returning. They fit like I can wear them. I'm not wearing them in public. They fit around the house.
They're your house pants.
Yeah,
they're
they
my
fit
house
around the house, and that's your size.
And I thought you were on my side today.
I am.
Do you not return things
keep
in
forgetting.
general?
No.
Your reaction to that was like,
No, I don't know. No.
Uh-oh.
What do you do if you buy something that doesn't fit?
Tell myself I'm going to lose weight to fit into it.
Okay, but here's. Do you really think that the people that accept exchanges or returns at a place like Lululemon, do you think if you hand those sweatpants back to them with the receipt, do you think they look at the receipt, look at the size of the pants, and go, he thought he was going to fit into a blank? It's more of they just do the transaction. They're not judging. They don't care. They don't care for 2 seconds what
don't care
size
at all.
pants you wore.
But I care.
Yeah, but they don't know why you're returning them. Maybe you didn't like the color. Maybe it was a gift for somebody. They don't care.
Sash, you look great.
Thank you.
You're
Bring them
welcome.
back.
You're in the best shape of your
I
life.
can wear around my house. I also bought another pair of the exact same size in a different fabric that fit perfectly.
See, you're in great shape. You're in the best shape of your
and
life.
you can see my
Oh,
shape
yeah,
in
blame
those.
it on vinyl.
I'm going to blame it on the rain. Vinyl? Who's wearing vinyl?
I don't know what you do.
I don't know what you do.
Plus, if you look online and read the description of the pants / sweats, whatever, sometimes that'll help you too, because some are slim fitting, some are loose fitting, some are wide in the hips,
Summer Slim Whitman,
Oh, great point.
some are slimmin.
right?
I miss Slim Whitman.
Man, well, he's dead.
What? Hi.
Did you actually tear up? Yes or no?
Yeah.
You did.
Yes.
You teared up.
In my bathroom.
Yeah,
Did your
that's-
wife know or listen to you cry? Did you tell her I just teared up in the bathroom
No,
for
I
the
just
last
told
30
her
minutes?
I just told her I didn't feel right about my current state.
Minnesota?
And then I ate about a half a thing of taco dip to cope.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, that'll get you in those to lose.
No, it will not.
Okay. That's too bad.
You guys don't feel that way.
Dip that taco.
I don't think you look
Jesus.
fat at all. I don't even think you look any different.
I agree.
I'm
look
just I want you to be more positive towards yourself.
Yeah, me
Well,
too.
thank you, Marn. I appreciate that.
I think you look great, brother.
Yeah, one of the nicest things ever said about Paul was to his face, and he said it with love. Paul Allen looked Sauce right in the face and said, "You've lost a lot of weight. You look exactly like a cake pop." And I mean that as a compliment,
He
he
thought
said.
it was very nice.
Yep.
It is. It's very nice.
That he was so skinny, but his head is so gigantic that he looked like a cake pop.
I like it.
Yeah.
I don't think you took that as a compliment. Although he was kind of saying you were skinny.
Yeah, you are skinny.
But he thought of a cake pop.
Yeah.
You look great. I'd
Did
kiss
you eat cake pops to cope?
I don't know if I think I've maybe had one. I'm not really a big cake pop.
Yeah, I'd rather have cake.
Yeah, actual
Yeah,
cake.
cake.
Yeah.
What's the best kind of cake,
pop.
Hawk?
Birthday.
Yeah, he's right.
Thanks.
He is. I'm trying to be kind to him.
What's the best kind of cake, Core?
Cake whore.
Cake whore.
Television show?
It's a new band.
Better than cake cock.
Whoa.
But you just you just said that 20 minutes ago. You just said what's the best cake cock?
I said cake Hawk.
Oh, you didn't pause.
What just happened?
Oh my God. You're a curse machine.
Yeah. The Lord is judging you.
She makes great music.
Thanks.
I
was
heard an
Vikings
impression
news.
of the Lord on this radio station yesterday.
So did I, yeah. Pretty good. Pretty good.
Thank you.
Oh, gargly.
Oh,
having a good time.
button bar.
Yeah, we're having fun.
We're having a good
But
time.
it might have been right on, spot on. How do we know?
No way to know. Unknowable. Right, Johnny Bones?
Sure.
Can you stick around or you got to go?
Oh, why not?
You got nothing to, wait a minute. Do you have a morning with nothing planned?
I've got a morning with nothing planned.
Wow. Look at Johnny Bones.
Good for
Nothing
you,
on the
Bones.
calendar.
Yeah.
What's Gleeman doing?
I don't
Sleeping.
know.
I do not keep track of Eric Gleeman.
Fan 5 in a second. Headlines later. Marney is here. Bonus has got nothing to do. He's got nothing better to do, nowhere to go, so he's sticking around. This is the Power Trip Morning Show on the Fan.
The Fan.